Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Race 11 on the Asus Republic of Gamers Truck Series. As we enter tonight, 6 races until the chase after tonight. 5 will remain. 3 drivers outside the top 25 in points. One of those guys, he missed the race, and that was Adam Samsel, so not what he needed, especially only being 1 point outside the top 25 in points. The 2 bubble drivers did make the event. That's Dylan Young and Wade Brummer. Other drivers outside the top 25 that made it were Matt Thiessen and John Arndt. John Arndt really needs to pick up some ground here in these last 6 races. Out of your top 5 in points, Zach Flickinger and Tyler Merkel missed the race. Flickinger has a win to fall back on. Merkel, however, does not, so this will be costly. As a reminder, drivers that have missed the race will receive 12 points as a type of provisional. But hey, let's get you to the starting lineup. As stated, the heat winners start 1st, 3rd, and 5th, and the second place finishers start 2nd, 4th, and 6th, and then it goes 3rds, 4ths, and 5ths. So on the pole, winner from Heat 1 is Martin Suarez. Finishing 2nd in that heat was Matt Thiessen. In row 2, we have our Heat 2 drivers, Alexander Rowe, the winner, and James Shelley, the 2nd place finisher. And in row 3 is Heat 3 winner Emmanuel Hartnett and JT Bryant, who got 2nd. In row 4 will be Philip Goldberg, one of the hometown guys, so Johnny Gardner. And in row 5, Grayson Acevedo and Chandler Cottle. Goldberg, Gardner, and Acevedo getting 3rds in their heats, with Cottle getting 4ths. Row 6, Fitzwater, Denton. Here's the rest of your starting lineup, as we'll go back to where the heat drivers are, or LCQ drivers are. Keith Rich was your LCQ winner. He'll start 25th. Then there's Wade Brummer, Nick Smith, another hometown guy, Henry Williams, Eli Bright, and Philip Parker starts in 30th. Let's go trackside for Command the Fire Engines.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
As the command has been given, these guys will double it up. 50 laps of racing around here at Eldora. Cautions are on. Who's going to win the one dirt race of the season? Can Matt Thiessen get a good run, crack himself into the top 25 in points? It's going to be fun for 50 laps of action here at Eldora. The pace truck's down pit road. Can they go green all the way? They won't have to pit for fuel. Green flag is out. We're underway at Eldora. And they're already 3 wide here, almost in the back here. But Martin Suarez leads the first lap. Like we said, the heat winners got to start on the inside for this very particular reason. They are 1, 2, 3. Thiessen will actually hold on and stay in 4th. James Shelley, JT Bryant still falling back a ways. They have a chance here soon as Dylan Young's moving ground up on that inside line. One of our bubble drivers, 18th in points, only 14 points above 26th place in points. As we look in the back, trying to look for any signs of danger. Almost 3 wide right here. That's Wade Brummer, another bubble driver. He's really trying to get his way back to the front. There's John Arndt. There's LCQ winner Keith Rich, already trying to work his way into the top 20. Battles all over the racetrack for 50 laps of action. Ram has yet to get a win. That's Zach Rogers, the only Ram in the field, moving his way up to 10th, passing Tony Green. Now Dylan Young's trying to maybe look for 7th on Philip Goldberg. Alexander Rowe has gotten by Martin Suarez for the lead, and Emmanuel Hartnett will follow by and take 2nd place. So Suarez, not really one of the fastest trucks. You can look at his best lap, only a 4.9. These guys definitely faster than him. As Grayson Ace Vado's looking for 5th on Zachary Fitzwater. These guys are running a little slower lap times than they were in the heats because of maybe being more trucks on the track. But Hartnett and Rowe are in a heated battle here early on as they are 3 wide back here. That's Arndt, Dejon Weeks, and Johnny Gardner. Eric Benson, your points leader entering the race, just went from 27th to 24th that lap. He holds an 11-point lead over Flickinger and 29 over Merkel. So with those two guys not making the race, he will get more points than them. And Tony Green and Mendez are 44 and 45 points back, respectively. Keith Rich doing a great job. Won that last chance qualifier. He's worked his way up to 15th. As James Shelley trying to work his way around Quentin Moore. That would be for 13th place position. As Zach Rogers goes really wide. As Chris Dodd will move into 10th place. As Edwin Mendez really has to check up. And that'll help James Shelley almost get to his inside. Dodd's now looking for 9th on hometown driver Philip Goldberg. As Danny Jones is to the inside of Zachary Fitzwater. That's for 7th place. Thiessen has moved his way into 3rd. Hartnett continues to trail Alexander Rowe very closely as we are 10 laps into this 50-lap event. And I'd like to say so far so good. It doesn't look like there will be any cautions tonight as Dodd trying to work his way around Goldberg. That's for 9th place. Zachary Fitzwater's been another of those slower drivers that's starting to fall back. He's trying to hang into the top 10 best he can. Grayson Ace Vado looking to get by Dylan Young as Suarez has found a bit of a faster groove. But as Chevy leads, there are multiple Toyotas and Fords up here. Or Chevys, I should say. Only Fords are Suarez and Dylan Young. Young sits in 5th. As Ace Vado's in 6th. Could be trying to get by him. As Hartnett and Rowe last time by on lap 12. They ran their fastest laps of the race. And they're hammering away. They're trying. They're fighting hard up here. They're pulling away from the 99 of Matt Thiessen. He's still in good shape, though, right here. Only 3 points outside the top 25. So a 3rd place finish would definitely send him into that top 25. As for John Arndt, he is trying to make his way back up through the field. He's in 18th. Probably looking to get by Quentin Moore for 17th. Philip Parker started last. He's up to 15th. Him and Keith Rich have really made a move as Rich is up to 14th spot. As James Shelley now looking to get back by Zach Rogers. That would be for 11th. Fitzwater has fallen all the way down to 10th. He could be looking at more positions dropping here. As Goldberg moved up to 9th. Chris Dodd sits 8th. Danny Jones 7th. Ace Vado 6th. Dylan Young 5th. Martin Suarez 4th. There's Thiessen in 3rd. As Rowe and Hartnett continue the battle hard. Lap 17 complete. They might end up eventually get into maybe some lap traffic. But Eric Benson not having the race he wanted. And if you saw earlier, Edwin Mendez sits in 12th place. Tony Green, however, sits in 26th. So not too bad there for Benson. What will most likely happen is Green will gain enough. Mendez will gain enough points to pass Green and Merkel in the standings. But Flickinger, I'm not so sure. Flickinger's a ways away, and they are getting 12 points. Hartnett about a 10th slower that last lap on Rowe. Ran his fastest lap by that time, though, in 18:015. Fastest lap is the 13. No, now the 19 just ran a 17:997. That is the fastest lap of the race as he sits in 12th place. Keith Rich 13th. Mendez falling now to 14th. And John Arndt up to 16th. So there are guys making gains here. As James Shelley goes wide into turns 1 and 2. He's getting a little more speed off the corner. However, Zach Rogers right there. And Shelley ran his fastest lap of the race that last time by. As Hartnett has fallen off big time here on Alexander Rowe. He's lost a ton of ground. Lost a whole 10th last lap. He might lose even more this time by. And he does. Hartnett is out of rhythm And Rowe is staying in his rhythm. It's really costing Hartnett here. Thiessen continues to basically hit the gap. Suarez, Dylan Young, nothing going on there. Danny Jones trying to track down Ace Vado for 6th place. So we approach the halfway marker. Fitzwater got back by Goldberg for 9th, but Goldberg's now looking back for that position as Zach Rogers moves past James Shelley for 11th. Hartnett trying to close back the gap now. He's doing a pretty good job. I just saw the speed there from when they slowed down. Rowe was going 100. Hartnett 103. Hartnett's trying to close the ground back up. You can see that they are indeed increasing big time here. Dejan Weeks isn't doing his best. About 14 seconds off the leader. See, 14.17 halfway through the race. Rowe still leads. Hartnett's just inching his way back up there. Mostly single file up here. Race Fado with his fastest lap of the race last time by. That's the thing about this dirt track racing, man, is you can run your fast lap anytime because these tires, all they do is cool down. You want warmer tires technically for the dirt, but you got to manage once your tires get as cold as possible. Hartnett continues to gain, inching his way back up to the 39. Danny Jones was really slow that last time by. He lost a lot of ground on Ace Vado. James Shelley back by into 11th, passing Zach Rogers, seeing 18.006. Nick Smith actually has the fastest lap of a 17.945. Some of these guys are running some crazy laps. See Keith Rich still sitting in that position. There's Nick Smith, 23rd. Benson not having a good run, sits in 28th. As Alexander Rowe gained some ground back on Hartnett yet again. 19 laps to go here at Eldora. Since Alexander Rowe passed Martin Suarez, it's been his race. And Rowe does have a win already this season. And that was back. That was actually last week. He won at Kentucky in that crazy fuel strategy race. Glitch. Oh, 2 weeks ago. So Rowe might do what we saw in Cup about a month ago and be the first driver to ever win back-to-back races in the series. But Hartnett, he's not giving up. He's caught back up again. Hartnett's digging. Nobody else really has changed positions in the top 10 except for James Shelley, who has gotten by Zachary Fitzwater for 10th place. John Arndt sits in 14th. As Mendez might be getting a spot back on Quentin Moore. Benson gets really loose, has to check up for Denton. That's going to open the door for Caudill as Dejan Weeks runs behind them in 30th. As they're catching the lap traffic, this could make things interesting. Hartnett's losing a lot of ground, running wider in the corners. That's really going to cost him. I don't know, that might seal it because he wasn't gaining as quickly, and he lost almost 2/10 that last lap. Lap down traffic could make this a little interesting. That time by Hartnett inches back closer. Thiessen's just coasting in 3rd. Suarez 4th, Dylan Young 5th, Ace Fado 6th, Danny Jones 7th, Chris Dodd 8th. Goldberg 9th, and Shelley 10th. Getting a little bit more action. Fitzwater might be trying to get back that 10th place spot. Hartnett gains again. A 17.986 that last time by, but he went wide in 1 and 2 again. Rowe also ran his fastest lap of the race as they'll hit 10 to go. Hartnett falls another 10th. See, what he's doing wrong is he is messing up turns 1 and 2. And he's going wider than Rowe. And he really needs to just focus on going as low as possible, because even though he's going slower, he's gaining massive ground. At that time, still lost a little more ground, but Dejan Weeks and Eric Benson are side by side ahead, and so is Denton and Chandler Caudle. This could get interesting here. Still hit 8 to go. But Rowe's got this race in command. You know, Hartnett's just got to hope that he really has to check up. As that time by Hartnett screwed up again. And now Rowe is really catching Eric Benson, who just got passed by Dejan Weeks. That might be it. I think Rowe's going to get it done because we're at 6 to go. That time by, Hartnett ran a little bit faster, gaining a little ground back. He's just really got to hope that Rowe and him catch up to the 00. 5 to go. 10th faster that time by was Hartnett. If he can close in a 10th a lap for 4 more laps, he might have a shot at him. There it is, almost another 10th for Hartnett. And Thiesen's closing up too. Rowe's going to catch up to Benson here. 3 to go for Rowe. At the line, we'll look at the monitor again on the margin. No, Hartnett lost 2 tenths. He's really messing up his corners, and that's probably going to seal it unless Rowe gets held up by Benson. Coming to 2 to go. Oh, Rowe really having to lift. Hartnett gains almost all the ground he just lost, and Rowe cannot get under Benson, but here he comes. Benson will probably be the only car to finish a lap down. White flag in the air one more time. Rowe has to check up a bit, but he clears the 00, and I think that's going to do it. Hartnett lost another 2 tenths. That's it. There's a truck in between. Checkered flag in the air. Alexander Rowe will become the first Truck Series driver ever to go back-to-back. He wins Eldora. Hartnett will get 2nd place. Great effort, but just couldn't match the speed of the 39. Matt Thiesen gets 3rd. Martin Suarez 4th. Dylan Young 5th. Grayson Acevedo 6th. Danny Jones 7th. Chris Dodd 8th. Philip Goldberg 9th. And Zachary Fitzwater will round out the top 10. So Rowe, as long as he stays in the top 25 in points, he is guaranteed a spot in this chase field. And you got to hand it to this guy being the first one to get 2 wins in the Truck Series. He's got a win in Cup all the way from back at Atlanta. And he's just doing solid in both series. We could see someone sweep this year. Who knows? That'll be all, though, from Eldora. I will see you guys in a few days for Indianapolis Cup Series action for the 20th race of the season. Next week, trucks head to Pocono. Cup will be at Meadowlands. That is all. I will see you guys next time.